you have a case of Deadcore, you should consult your physician. They'll get some pills to fix that up. But until then, you can watch us throw some chairs at it. We're reviewing Deadcore by 5 Bits Games, built on the Unity engine. You can pick it up for $9.99 with Stinkies. And what is it? It is a first-person puzzle platforming game in which you cannot see your feet and where you're landing. So that should lead to some good fun. And of course, with every game that faces us, it must also face the Chairquisition. 1 chair means that it's crap. 2 chairs means that it's bleh. 3 chairs means that it's pretty good. And 4 chairs means that it's pretty awesome. It's like barfing rainbows out of 4K monitor, isn't that right, Ben?
Sorry, what?
We also actually before we get to that, mixed with the working shiny sounds, controls, and fun. Those are our categories of doom. Ben, did you puke rainbows playing this?
Puke rainbows. Yeah, we got to take a look at this right quick because I did not have.
The system
I was lacking the ever elusive but recommended 1 go of VRAM. This
one go VRAM.
If you don't have that, do you have the secondary CPU to offload all the rendering?
That's the whole business. Despite lacking that little critical bit of the game on the Ubuntu 1404 4K powered dual 770 box of business, I'm gonna give this lot 4 chairs, J-Man.
On the Fedora 2064-bit 670 superclock powered box of this, yeah, for a Unity game, it hasn't fucked up my full screen, which is a plus. But when you're trying to select your resolution in the game, it's completely fucked. Because it looks like it stops at about 1440 by 900. But if you select that resolution and then start hitting the down key, you can actually get 1080p, which puzzled the fuck out of me. So I got a ding and a chair for that. So 3 chairs.
Yeah, on Corora 20 64-bit on the Amiga, which is currently sporting an AMD FX 8370E and an Asus GTX 970 Strix. It did the Unity thing of attempting to full screen into both my monitors and failing miserably. So I had to go and edit the perfs file.
This is surprising just because both of your monitors are exactly the fuck mothering same. Running
and it still couldn't fucking do it. So 2 chairs.
Whoop, 2 chairs.
All right.
Go away, chairs.
Go away, chairs. We don't want you. We're sorry.
That's
Shells,
3
chairs, please don't hit us. That's 3 chairs for Mixed with the Working. Up next is Shiny and Sounds.
All right, let's look at this business. Shiny and Sounds. Seriously, no support for 4K resolution. What is this? 2014? Wait, actually it is.
For now.
You really got to think about this.
Way to date the show, then.
I've had 4K goodness flowing through my eye pussies into my brain meats ever since Monday. Okay? 1080p at 28 inches, giggity, looks just fine. 27-inch, right over chaw. And on that piece of glass, it's fine because it's meant for 1080p. This one is meant for 4K, so 1080p looks like a bit of shit. But it's still fine. It turns out, because I was like, wait, other games in Unity, can it do 4K? Oh, Blade, Distance, no issues. Not a limitation of Unity, just a limitation of the French. And really, the sounds, they range from annoying to fuck all. Genuinely, why are you even bothering at this point? So Shiny and Sounds, well, I should say it looks decent. Even at 1080p, I mean, you can tell a lot of love went into the texture organs. If you really like fucking Tron, this will give you a mild chubby. But that said, not enough to save it. 2 chairs. Boom.
Good old David Warner telling us that there are 1 more lights than there actually are. Yeah, it's certainly a cool looking game. I think it appeals to my inner 14-year-old who was obsessed with Legos and stuff like that. And it's an all sort of spaced out floaty tower thing. That's so cool. The sounds, not so much. They barely register. But it's, like I said, it certainly is a cool looking game. It looked fine at 1080p on the 670 superclocked. Cranked everything to max. after I figured out how to actually change the resolution on the damn thing. So I'm gonna give that 3 chairs. Not perfect, but pretty good.
Yeah, the graphics look alright, but again, Unity. Uh, if they tried to make the game look any more like Portal, I'm pretty sure Valve would have to get the lawyers involved. And Nori, she's played a lot of games. Nowadays, she mostly just plays Artifex Mundi's hidden object games, but she's actually played pretty much all of the Humble Bundle games, which is something I haven't even done yet. And she took a look at it showing up on my screen, and it's like, that looks a lot like Portal. Oh, yeah.
With guns and no portals.
Yeah.
She's not the prize.
On my end, starting the game while I was watching a YouTube video on a browser window, it garbled up the sound even worse than Fallout 3 does while playing on the on Wine using the ALSA plugin for Pulse Audio. The and then after that, I noticed another sound issue because in order to try and sort of correct it, I opened up Pavu Control and say, okay, so what the hell's happening?
I didn't even believe what you're about to say, but I will confirm it.
Yeah, I opened up Pavu Control and I'm like, wait, there's 2 ALSA streams here.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is. There's the 7.11 and then there's the stereo one.
Yep, the game spawns not 1 but 2 audio streams. The intro movies and the gameplay volume is controlled by the Fmod-X stream, while the menu sound effects and the music are actually controlled by the Deadcore.x64 stream. What the hell? I know Linux audio is not very good, but seriously, 1 chair.
All right, so that's 2 whole chairs for shiny sounds, and now control. Then, did you feel like you were a graceful butterfly in this game?
ZOMG WCF barbecue. Look, oh my god, 3D platformer. Really hope the controls are tight, unlike your mom. Seriously, why is everything covered in Teflon in this game? They've included some new moon magic that actually puts Teflon in the air when you're moving. The controls work. Seriously, they do, and by that, I mean they physically function. But that's about as far as I'm willing to go for this piece of you-know-what. And the movement in the game, it feels like, I don't know, slow, airy, completely fucked. Pick one of those. And they honestly, in their dark black hearts, expect people to speedrun this noise. I don't think so. I mean, it has been a very miserable, rage-inducing. Now, I understand rage-inducing because something's fuck you hard. That's great. Fuck you hard should not be part of busted game mechanics. So for the controls, I'm going to give this the 1 chair that it deserves. J-Man.
I won't be as harsh as Ven because the controls do work, but yeah, everything is fucking coated in laminate or something like that. The big problem is, like, you accelerate at the same speed going on land and while you're jumping, so you can't really tell when you're standing on anything. Pedro brought it up later in the review, but I'm gonna say it now. You can't actually see your feet, so it's really, really hard to platform when you don't actually know where you're going.
Yep.
And the controls do not help at all. They're floaty. It's like, and jump heights and jump distances are inconsistent because sometimes it'll look like you can make it, but you can't, and other times it doesn't look like you can make it, but you can.
Oh, I forgot the double jump. Make sure you're not in front of where you're going to double jump.
Oh, yes. If you're gonna double jump, you got to be careful, or else you're gonna get stuck on something. You're gonna
Because everything has a
jump into the
micro
top.
ledge above it.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. I'm gonna give it 2 chairs because at least they work and they don't do anything stupid like Dead Island.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not going to give it 1 chair is because the game, unlike most Unity games, allows for proper mouse sensitivity control. That's a big fucking plus right there.
Go away from
But-
depressed to
But even though it allows to rebind most of the keyboard controls, it doesn't allow you to rebind the mouse controls. So You see, I'm left-handed. I don't use the space bar, so if I want to jump, I usually set the scroll wheel click to jump. This game would not allow me to do that. And in the later levels, when you get the sprint dash ability, whatever they call it, platforming becomes a matter of luck. It's sprint and pray at that point. Are you going to make it to that little floaty cube over there? Yeah, you probably will. You're just going to slide right out of it. 2 chairs.
You. Oh yeah. It's always fun to just completely overshoot your target in this game.
Yep.
So that's 1 chair for control. And finally, fun. Did you have fun, Ben?
Gotta read this. The Venom. First-person platformer / shooter intended for speedruns with floaty, sloppy controls. The nope density for this game is almost immeasurable. Seriously, it's like I wanted to make a first-person shooter, and I kind of wanted the Portal aesthetics. Then I wanted to make a speedrun game. Then I fucking love towers. Let's climb one of those. It's like the guy had like 5 or 6 different games going on. He's like, fuck it, stick it together. It's not fun, though. I mean, it hurts my brain organ just thinking that. He's like, yeah, people are going to speedrun this. And I was like, for what? With a loaded gun to the back of the head. Because that's the only way that you would possibly want to submit yourself to this. And, for the fun, it's fuck all short. You basically have 5 levels. You can go through this, and people's like, but the replayability, that was like, of what? Shit controls getting you killed to death constantly. That's not replayability. That's a fucked system. For fun, I'm going to give this, and we bought this with your money, Shot Realm, so we're serious about this business. 1 chair.
Yeah, I mean, you might get 5 levels out of this, but the levels are cool looking, and you kind of would want to explore them if the controls worked. It really does kill the entire experience. If basically you just die because I pressed the A key for a split second too long and now I'm just sliding off this ledge. Well, better start again. I mean, I got
and
through
there's
maybe 20
checkpoints,
minutes.
so there's no save. I mean, you got to go all the fuck mothering way back.
Yeah, no, and it's annoying, especially when you're sort of in this weird anti-grav state of not being sure if you're landing or not. It's like, oh yeah, I've slowed down a little bit. I guess I'm on the ground. Time to turn. No, time to start the puzzle again. Woohoo! I'm having a blast. Are you guys? No. 1 chair.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it to the game. It does not hold your hand. The tutorial is basically, here's the level, figure shit out. I can respect that. The levels are huge. You only get 5 of them, but at least they're pretty big. If you're as clumsy as I am, getting through this game, each level will take you around 10-ish minutes. I don't... The whole speedrunning thing, when I actually finished the level, I'm like, 10 minutes? What the fuck? People are supposed to speedrun this? Okay. But yeah, like Jordan mentioned earlier, it's a first-person platformer where you can't see your feet. So if you look down, you can't really judge where exactly your feet are or where the hitbox for your character is in order to, say, sprint until the end of a platform and then jump in order to get the furthest possible. You can't do that because you can't see your feet. And you've taken a pretty big jump and you want to land on this very, very tiny 1x1 cube. You have to land on it. Again, you can't see your feet. How are you going to land? How can you be sure? You can't. So I'm willing to give this game 2 chairs on the simple fact that it does not hold your hand. And the levels, even though they're pretty sparse, they are pretty big.
All right, so that's 1 chair for fun. And finally, tally this all up, and we get 1 whole chair for Deadcore. Like I said, you can get some pills to help you if you have this game. They're called cyanide.
So, for a final thought with this business, I was listening to P-Man talking about the speedrunning aspect. The reading in their form organs is this game is full of exploits and hacks to increase your speedrun, which makes actual speedrunning time bollocks. So, if you thought that was going to save it, it didn't, Brad. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so if that's one of their selling points, and there's already hacks that make it pointless, then this game, this whole entire thing is pointless.
Oh yeah, no, I had to spend my own personal money on that. I would not recommend you people do that at all. This is a waste of time. Someone
Yeah,
didn't think their
steer
game.
clear.
So someone had. I think Ven had it. Someone had a lot of ideas that could have been good on their own, and then sort of shoved them in the blender and hit puree.